the Blue Devils. Duke is in the Sweet 16. I mean, there are a lot of people that are not surprised by Duke being in the Sweet 16. I mean, Duke has been really, really good this year. So they're expected to go to the Sweet 16. I believe in my bracket, if I can remember, because I balled it up and I threw it away because it's just a mess. I think I have Duke going to the national championship. But hey, we never know. I'm in a way kind of sort of room for Duke. So I say all to say because we have our very own. He was on the show last week, J.J. Jackson with Locked On Blue Devils. JJ, thank you for taking time to do this, man.
Absolutely. If Duke keeps winning, I'm here. I'm happy for all these conversations if it means that we're talking about Duke basketball pursuing a national championship.
Let's start right here. So Duke, they won in impressive fashion against Baylor this past weekend. I thought it was going to be a much tighter game, but it wasn't. So we move on to Arizona, and a lot's being made between Caleb Love, former UNC guard, Cooper Flagg. We know those matchups, but what are the players that you're looking out for outside of those two?
Yeah, I think that's going to be the big storyline in a game like this is what can you get for everybody else on your roster. And so the familiarity that these two teams have, having played each other already once this season at Arizona. Last year, the Wildcats played a game at Cameron Indoor, so they're pretty familiar with each other as a team. Duke's roster is much deeper than they were the first time they came out. Somebody like Isaiah Evans and Patrick Gamba II didn't even see the floor in a game earlier this season against the Wildcats. So those guys could be someone to watch out for Duke. I always love to point to Con Knipple with what he's been able to do, and the story so far for the Blue Devils in March Madness has been Tyrese Proctor. This is now 3 straight games where he's had 5 or more three-point makes. He's coming off a career-high 25 points and a career-high 7 three-pointers against that Baylor team. So I think he's somebody that definitely you should be aware of going into a game like this. And I'll highlight another guard for Arizona. I think Jaden Bradley has an opportunity to make a big-time impact for the Wildcats when this game gets going.
Man, Tyrese Proctor looked scary good in that game against Baylor. What, 25 points?
Yeah, he couldn't miss.
So, okay, I saw a press conference yesterday with Caleb Love, again, former UNC guard. I bring him up because he played Duke a lot, playing at UNC. Now at Arizona, he had the look in his eyes. He even brought up, being from St. Louis. Could Duke get caught slipping in this game and really, again, get caught slipping by the Wildcats?
Yeah, it's really possible. I mean, I'm so fascinated by the Caleb Love angle in this as well. When we think about the history of Duke basketball and we think about the history of North Carolina basketball, where Love formerly was, I mean, these are two storied programs that had never met in the NCAA tournament until, of course, Coach K's final season. And who's the guy that hits the three-point shot at the top of the key to ice the game and win it for the Tar Heels? It's Caleb Love. So he's had an impact in all of these games since he stepped foot on campus. He makes the decision after a couple of years playing for the Tar Heels to transfer out west to play for the Arizona Wildcats in the Big 12. That should mean Duke doesn't get to see this guy anymore. Like, he's left. We're not playing him twice a year. Little do we know Duke then signs a home-and-home agreement with Arizona to have these 2 games left, where Caleb Love did come back into Cameron Indoor and get another laugh in the building by picking up a win. Duke got him back this time when Arizona was the home team, but it feels like this is the rubber match between this little home-and-home series between Duke and Arizona, and I know for sure Caleb Love wants to do all he can to push his team into the Sweet 16, but I also know that when he has struggled, so has the Arizona team. They're going to be only as successful as he can carry them in games like this.
I'm so glad you brought up that UNC Duke game from a couple of years ago. I mean, I'm a UNC fan, so I was just smiling the whole time you said
So fresh.
That. So I do want to ask you, Malik Brown. I know a lot of people are saying, hey, look, the Blue Devils can't win the national championship without Malik Brown. He's essential to their championship run. I do think they're good enough to win the national championship. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. Yeah, I do think that they've proven that yes, it'd be awesome to get Malik Brown back. And truthfully, they're leaving out the possibility that maybe he will play in this game, or maybe he will be able to play on Saturday in the Elite Eight should Duke advance. I was just of the opinion that, yeah, this is just not going to be an opportunity for Malik Brown to come back this season, having, dislocated the shoulder twice already in one season, and other guys have stepped up. I mean, Patrick Gamba II has done a phenomenal job. Kame Malawach has done a great job on the interior, and they do have Cooper Flagg back on the inside as well. And Cooper has looked like his normal self since returning from his ankle injury. All that said, Malik Brown is by far the best defender on this Duke basketball team. He's so active with every single thing that he does. And so I would love to have him there if that's a possibility. But regardless, Duke is still one of the best defenses in the entire country, one of the best offenses, and therefore one of the best teams, and clearly capable of cutting down the nets there in San Antonio.
And I guess this is a Coach Shire question, but is it even worth bringing back Malik Brown? Because a lot of people think that Duke is going to win this game, and the next matchup potentially could be Alabama. They play BYU.
Right.
Is it even worth? Should you just hold on to Malik Brown, let him sit, get healthier?
That's always been a question that everybody wants to ask when it comes to something like this in coaches. And I think specifically with somebody like Malik Brown, when we've seen the injury happen twice, like it's not something that took place in practice. It was live in games. The camera's following him the whole time that it's happening. I mean, it's pretty serious to go through something like that. All that said, though, when he has returned from injuries, those first games back, he's been incredibly impactful. And so if you are Duke and you're just trying to get to the finish line here, get to the end of the season, and then we can look into, more serious preventative measures. I don't know if surgery's on the table in the future for Malik Brown to shore up some things like his shoulder. Then I do think it could be possibly advantageous for Duke to put Malik Brown out there if they feel like they can just get him to be healthy and play well for little spurts to get the team fired up and back going.
All right, my last question before I get you out of here. It's a late tip-off. I mean, no way to slice and dice. What's your setup tonight?
Yeah, I mean, look, you got to be a late tip-off when you're waiting for this game to start. And you mentioned the Alabama and BYU game. I mean, I'm just as excited for that game as everybody else. I don't know that they're going to play defense in that game when you've got two offenses as good as Alabama and BYU. So I'll be dialed in trying to watch that game conclude and then see how late we get this thing set up before I've got the team, the game up on the screen ready to go. And of course, I'll have plenty of coverage on Locked On Blue Devils to break it all down. Hopefully, I'm talking about a win late tonight, though. If we're staying up this late, we better go ahead and get that win for Duke.
I know that's right. If the Blue Devils win, you'll definitely be back on next week. Yes. JJ Jackson, Locked On Blue Devils. Thank you for your time, sir.
Appreciate it. Good to see you guys as always.
All right, man. Thank you. Yeah, that was JJ Jackson, Locked On Blue Devils. Look, it's a big game tonight. They have a late tip-off. They play the Arizona Wildcats. They play a guy that they are familiar with seeing, and a guy in Caleb Love. Again, as JJ mentioned, the Arizona Wildcats move and play as well as Caleb Love plays. So we'll see how that game unfolds tonight. I think I know for sure we have one Blue Devil fan in the newsroom. I don't know if we have two. But I know that guy, Sean, he's going to be out there monitoring the game and checking out that game like a lot of fans in the area and just a lot of basketball fans.